Is Amazon FBA dead? The Google search that almost every Amazon beginner has searched, including myself when they started, just to find so many different answers and feel even more lost than before. So I decided to spend 5 hours doing deep research, and I'm going to show you the real statistics behind what is actually happening with Amazon in 2026, what is killing off all of these new sellers, and how successful sellers are using a dead platform to make more money than ever before. And what I have found will definitely surprise you. Okay, so if you are seriously considering selling on Amazon, make sure that you do stick around. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everyone who is concerned about selling on Amazon is completely wrong. Definitely not, because some of their concerns are genuinely valid in my opinion. Some fees have definitely gone up, especially now. Competition does exist. It does exist, but it's a good thing. You'll understand why. And Amazon sellers regulations are much stricter these days, and these are real changes that have made this harder than it was when I first started, which was about close to 6 years ago. But after going through all of that research, I realized that none of these changes actually validate calling this business dead. So if you are new here, my name is Jacqueline, and I have been selling on Amazon for a couple years now, and I have generated multiple seven figures, okay, in sales consistently throughout the year. So I am in the game right now. So these exact changes everyone is complaining about, I had to adapt to them. I had to go through so many struggles on my own. I had to figure them out in real time while running my business, while trying to provide for myself and my family. And yeah, your girl has been through it, okay? Amazon was never dying. The old way of selling was dying, and it had to, because it was making room for newer, better ways to sell better, to give the consumer the best possible experience, which is what every single platform does. Newsflash, okay? But what's important though is that you know which changes are just killing off lazy sellers versus which ones are actually creating newer opportunities for sellers who do adapt and who do actually follow the right strategies. Because the data tells a very different story than what you're probably hearing online. Let's be honest, okay? So let's just start with one of the pros of selling on Amazon in 2026. The platform is literally bigger than any other platform out there. Okay, we already know that, and way more dominant than it has ever been before. Amazon now controls, I think it's roughly around 40% of all e-commerce sales in the United States. I want you to think about this for a second. Almost 4 out of every $10 spent online goes through Amazon. And this isn't just like a number that's slowing down anytime soon. Definitely not. It's projected to keep growing this year and next year and the following years, of course. So their closest competitor, which is Walmart, has about 6% in market share, and that's not even close. But here's the part that matters for all of you, for most of you, okay? 60% of everything sold on Amazon does not come from Amazon themselves. It comes from third-party sellers, regular people just like you and me, ordinary girls somewhere in their dorm with no special skills who are actually building their own brands and selling products on the platform. In 2024 alone, third-party sellers generated over $156 billion in revenue. So when people tell you that Amazon is too saturated or too competitive or it's too late, what they're really saying is that they don't understand how this is like such a massive opportunity and how it's still thriving, okay? You're not trying to build traffic from scratch or like try to convince people to shop online. You are tapping into a platform with 184 million Prime members in the United States alone who are already buying products that you could sell. That is the advantage. But with all of those customers and all that opportunity, the question comes up about all the other sellers trying to do the same thing, right? So let's be honest. For con number one, let's talk about it, okay? Which is the competition and the saturation. I feel like we need to talk about this. Now, during my research, I found that there are over 3,700 new sellers joining Amazon every single day. And when people hear that information, they immediately think it's too saturated or I'm too late. And that's why people get scared, especially if you're just starting out. Like, I totally understand, okay? But here's what that number doesn't actually tell you, okay? A lot of those sellers are going to give up within their first week of selling because they don't even have the discipline to commit to anything that requires a bit of hard work. In fact, about 80% of new sellers either give up or they actually never even launch a product in the first place. And I don't think I've ever even said this out loud, but it's true. They create an account, they get overwhelmed, and then they quit. So yes, there are thousands of people joining every single day, but the majority of them, most of them, aren't your competition because they're not going to stick around. And here's the other thing that nobody really talks about, but I'm going to say it here. A lot of those like new sellers aren't actually beginners. They are actually experienced sellers who are now launching new brands or testing new products. So the number looks scarier than it actually is when you look at the data and stuff. And yeah, it's true. Competition does exist, especially at the bottom. But if you're trying to sell generic, unbranded products with no differentiation, you're going to get crushed. That's the truth. That's just the truth. Amazon has matured as a platform. And what happens when a platform does mature the way that Amazon has is that it naturally kind of eliminates the sellers who don't try to actually differentiate and customize the products, who don't improve their products, and who don't actually give consumers a better experience. Now, the weak sellers are actually being filtered out. And if you are willing to actually build this real brand, the premium brand that I love to teach all the girls, creating a better product and actually putting in the time and the effort, not half-assing the process, you're not competing with those 3,700 other people. You're competing with a much smaller group of serious sellers. And that's the game. That's the game. I've seen it with beginners, how they've been able to win hundreds and hundreds of times. I mean, I coach these girls for a living as well. So if you are one of those more serious people and you actually do really want to dive deeper into the first steps that you need to take, I recently posted a full 45-minute guide on my channel, pretty much covering everything that you need to know which will be linked in the description. Like everything that you need, it's all going to be linked below. Now, make sure to check that out. And yeah, this is all to say that now, even with more competition, you actually do have these tools available to you right now. And it just makes it so much easier than ever before to be able to stand out. So for pro number 2, let's talk about branding, okay? One of the biggest advantages that you have starting today versus someone who was starting 5 years ago is that creating a premium brand is now way easier and way cheaper than it ever has been. So when I first started, if you wanted professional branding, for example, like a logo, packaging design, product photography, concepts, you would have to hire expensive designers or agencies, right? We're talking thousands of dollars or a couple $100 just to get your brand looking legitimate. And if you didn't have that money up front, you were stuck launching these generic products that just looked cheap, to be honest, which meant that you couldn't actually charge premium prices. But now with AI tools, you can create logos, you can create design packaging concepts, you can develop your whole brand identity, and you can even generate product photography ideas in just a few minutes. And, I'm not talking about these like low quality stuff. I'm talking about branding that looks like it came from an established company, that looks legitimate, that looks beautiful, aesthetic, all of the things. And this is a massive game changer for us because in a competitive marketplace, branding is what separates a $17 product from a $40 product. And when you can actually create this premium perception from day one without actually having to spend thousands of dollars up front, you are really starting with an advantage that didn't exist even 2 years ago, okay? Now, the point is the barrier to entry for building a real legitimate brand has completely collapsed. And that leaves the playing field in a way that we have never ever seen before. Now, with that being said, there is one change that has genuinely made things way more difficult for beginners, in my opinion. So for con number 2, let's talk about ungating and compliance. Amazon has tightened approval requirements in a lot of different ways, and it is pretty annoying because it's in the most profitable categories. We're talking about supplements, beauty products, grocery items, certain electronic categories where you can actually make really good money. And now you can't just like jump into these categories anymore. Amazon requires proper documentation, proper certifications, all these different invoices. It depends, right, on the category, but sometimes even like lab testing results before they let you sell. I mean, my friend just went through this and it's been a headache. And now I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's all easy. No, no, no. This is frustrating as hell, especially when you are a complete beginner and you don't know how to actually navigate all of the paperwork. It can feel like Amazon is putting up walls to keep you out. But here's why this change exists, okay? And why it's actually not as bad as it seems. Amazon is trying to protect customers from scammers, okay, or counterfeiters, however you say that word, counterfeits, whatever, and low quality sellers who were flooding these categories with, dangerous or fake products. So it's actually a pro for us serious sellers who do want to make it big on the platform. So yeah, it is harder in some ways to get into this now, but once you do actually get approved, those same gates that kept you out are now keeping you out are now keeping all the other lazy sellers out, okay, who aren't willing to actually do the actual work. Now, these restrictions become way, way, way better for us, like I said, because it protects us from the competition. I have honestly experienced this myself firsthand. Some of my most profitable winning products are in gated categories, if not almost all of them. And once I got approved, I had way fewer competitors because most people just gave up at the paperwork stage. So yeah, is it annoying? Yes. Does it require extra effort? Absolutely. But if you are willing to actually build a legitimate brand and do things properly, these gates are actually working in your favor. Okay, even with those stricter requirements, there's something that is literally a game changer. Okay, that is a game changer for beginners this year. So for pro number 3, let's get into it. Let's talk about product validation. So a few years ago, finding a good product to sell on Amazon was basically educated guessing. I guess that's the way we can really put it. You would look at a category here, for example, and you would see what's selling, and then you would try to estimate the numbers in your head, and then you hope that you were right. And a lot of people, including myself pretty early on, I kind of launched products that, I thought were going to really be a big hit. They were kind of a hit in the beginning, and then they flopped because I didn't actually know how much of the real demand there actually was. Now with AI, all of these power tools, they're constantly being released, right? And they're constantly improving to show you exactly how much a product is making in revenue. For example, like here, how many units it's selling per month. Here, as you guys can see, what the competition looks like, where the gaps are in the market, and whether, your margins will actually work or not. So as you can imagine, this is very crucial information before you decide to invest, your hard-earned money into a product. You're not guessing anymore. You are making data-driven decisions. And this means that the risk of launching a bad product is lower than it has ever been before. Okay, so it is important that you use the right tools. The whole point is that new sellers in 2026 have a massive, massive advantage over sellers who started 5 or even 3 years ago, because now you can validate products before you actually invest, which means you're not throwing money at products that are not going to work in the first place. You are using AI tools for validation, which gives you a massive, massive head start. I mean, I have some of these in my program and it is game changing, okay? But anyways, it doesn't change the fact that one specific cost has spiked. So for con number 3, let's talk about PPC and advertising cost. Now, Amazon PPC, which is pay-per-click advertising, that's what it stands for, has gotten more expensive. The average cost per click went from about 97 cents in 2024 to around $1.04 in early 2026. And in high competition categories, you can see clicks costing you $3 or more. So if you are launching a product and you need to, run ads to get visibility, it's going to cost you more than it would have a few years ago. That's true. Now, Amazon now rewards listings that convert well immediately. So if your product does get to page 1 and it isn't optimized, if your images aren't good, if it doesn't get on page 1 and you're not optimized and all of that, if your copy doesn't actually convince people to buy, your ads are going to burn through cash without making any sales. You can't just throw money at ads and then hope that it works, right? It doesn't work that way. So yes, this is a real challenge, but again, this is just another change that punishes lazy sellers and it rewards the people who actually do this right and they take their time with this journey. So if you launch with a strong brand, high quality images, you have a clear differentiation, good copy, and a product that actually solves a real problem, your ads are going to perform way better than you probably thought, okay? And your cost per conversion will actually be lower. I've seen this in my own business with a lot of my members. My ad costs per sale have gone down because my listing converts so well. So while ads are, more expensive on the surface, if you do actually build a premium brand and you optimize your listing properly, you're going to outperform everyone who's just winging it. So let's just take it a step back really quick, okay? Let's take it a step back and just kind of go over what we actually covered here. Because I think this, paints a really clear picture of what is happening on Amazon in 2026. Now, on one hand, Amazon is bigger and way more dominant than it has ever been, right? We talked about this. 40% of all e-commerce, which is Amazon, 184 million Prime members, third-party sellers are generating over $156 billion. So the opportunity is massive. You have the AI tools that now make branding way more affordable, AI that validates your products with real data, and you have a built-in customer base that's already addicted to buying on Amazon. So on the other hand, yes, there are more sellers joining every single day as I'm speaking to you right now. Yes, there are some categories that require more paperwork to get into. Yes, ads cost more than they used to. These are real challenges. And as you guys know, I speak about the reality of this business, but here's what all of this actually means for you as a new seller. Amazon has evolved into a platform that punishes lazy sellers, and it really rewards those who are serious, right? So if you are trying to sell generic products with no differentiation, bad branding, zero effort, you are going to fail. Amazon doesn't want you and customers don't want you. I say this with love, okay? But if you are willing to actually build a real brand, a premium brand, create a better product, and actually really put in the work, you're entering at a time where the weak competition is being filtered out for you, okay? The bars have been raised, and that is a really good thing if you're willing to actually meet it. So if you are sitting here thinking, is now really the right time to actually start this? The answer is abso-freaking-lutely, okay? Yes, it is. But only if you are really serious about doing this the right way. Because the ones who do, they're making more money than ever if they're actually trying. And like I said earlier, if you really want to do this properly, I did want to remind you that I did recently post a 45-minute video here on my channel, which will be linked in the description. It basically runs you through all of the different steps, okay? It's like the best video I've ever filmed in my life. And it runs you through everything that you need to actually start your own premium brand. And yeah, ladies, that's it. I hope that you would actually enjoy this video. I hope that it was helpful to hear, my opinion on this, what's actually going on with Amazon right now. And yeah, make sure to, like this video, subscribe. I post videos every single week. And that's it for me. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.